What's up, guys? Mr. Nose Hoops back today with another video. Today, I'm talking to you guys about something very different, but it's something very familiar. So, this is the website playoffpredictors.com, and today we are going to be breaking down the play-in along with the playoff predictions as just an overall consensus. As later into this weekend on Saturday, especially, I'll be trying to do a little bit of deeper analysis on each round in terms of the first round and how I think those series will go overall. So for today's play-in, guys, I do have the Lakers. I think Minnesota losing Jaden McDaniels is too big of a loss for them, along with Rudy being out because he couldn't handle any form of criticism, which is a whole other story in and of itself. And tonight, I also think Miami has Atlanta's number. While Trae Young's individual game points high is against the Heat, we know how the Heat seem to handle this Hawks team in making Trae uncomfortable as both a playmaker and as a scorer, which is huge and obviously I think is going to change the way that the team plays. Now, this to me is the most exciting playing game we got so far. The Pelicans and the Thunder. I'm going to say the Pelicans. I think if BI is playing at the level he was at before, and if CJ McCollum could play like a half decent player, I think this team will be all right. But I think this will be a dogfight. And if you told me OKC won and ended up taking that eight, moving on to the next one, I wouldn't be shocked. Now, my Bulls versus the Raptors. Now, this is a little tough, but I'm going to take the Bulls. But I think this is another one that's going to be close, but I don't think it'll be as back and forth as OKC in New Orleans. And then this is where I think things get very interesting. I'm taking the Bulls against the Hawks. And the reason I say that is with our guard play in Patrick Beverly and Alex Caruso, I think that they can trap Trae Young somewhat similar to how the Heat do, along with the fact that this Bulls defense all around has been playing really well, and the offense has really been gelling lately with LaVine and DeRozan. And honestly, some part of me here wants to say Minnesota can pull it off. I really think they could. But I think New Orleans pulls through because they won't have McDaniels. And even with Rudy there, it's going to be close. It was a 3-point game when McDaniels left in the half, and Rudy did everything he did. And at this point, it's tough. But Ants had an incredible season. And now we look at the overall bracket and how I'm going to kind of break this all down. So to me, guys, today, I'm taking whoever Denver had played anyways, and I'm basically saying they're winning in 5. Same thing here with this Milwaukee series. Even though it hurts me to say as a Bulls fan, Nikola Vucevic, the incredible Giannis one-game stealer, he's been infamous for doing it, but I don't see much more from us than that. And now, this series right here, I think can either go the distance or the Cavs can win in 5. But to me, the way I'm sort of breaking down the series, I think Cleveland is going to probably end up splitting. They're probably going to both these teams are going to split. I don't think either team's just going to walk out clean. But I could also again see Cleveland doing something where they just dominate from Donovan Mitchell. But I think it's going to be a little bit of a series. Now, I think the one issue that the Cavs can run into is Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson and the way he's been attacking the rim, along with how guys like Julius Randle will play because he's not the primary ball handler anymore, might cause issues for their bigs in the paint, but we'll see. But I would say most likely Cavs in about 6. And then we know how Philly is, guys. Philly loves for series to go longer than they need to. This should be a sweep. It really should. But I could see it in 5 or 6 because, again, it's Philly. Now, this series, too, again, realistically, I think it's probably Boston in 5. But I personally think somehow, some way, Jimmy Butler is going to steal you 2 games, Boston in 6. This series, it was the one I was most excited for when Kevin Durant first got traded. In my video, I literally said, I need a Clippers Sun series so bad. But now Paul George is out. And I think that kind of cooks this series altogether. Um, I think we're going to see Phoenix come off to a hot, dominant start. You're going to go up 3-0. Kawhi might steal you a game off his master class. But if Paul George isn't back, I'll be honest, it's probably Phoenix in 5. If Paul George comes back, this series can go 6, maybe 7. If it goes to 7, I might take the Clippers. Just because I trust Kawhi just as much, if not more, than Kevin Durant in a Game 7 scenario. Now, this series has tormented me. The Kings and the Warriors. Because here's the thing. Some part of me really believes the home team will win every single game and the Warriors are out in the first round. But then there's some part of me that really thinks, what happens if it's just Golden State in 6? They steal the game on the road, something that they've struggled to do all year long. But man, off of what I've seen right now, personally, guys, I'm taking the Kings in 7. This is a series I think I'll probably be wrong on. I would definitely think the one I'll be wrong on the most is probably this series. Then right here, this is another series I thought on face value, I was instantly like, Grizzlies in 6. This should be light work. They should be in and out. But I don't see it that way now. You got AD. He's going to give Jaren Jackson a lot of foul trouble, with Jaren averaging almost 3 to 4 a game already in the regular season. LeBron's healthier. And I think, honestly, that team could provide a lot of interior issues for a team like the Grizzlies. And I think Desmond Bane is going to be their X factor, where if he can really make the Lakers respect the perimeter game, the Grizzlies can win. But to be honest with you guys, I think when I'm looking at it right now, I'll take the Lakers in 7. But this is another one I could see it being Grizzlies in 6. So that's the way I'm thinking of it right now. This is what I've got. So, Kings and Lakers. Now, the one issue I have with this Lakers team, and it's the same reason that, you know what, I can't even do it. I think it's disingenuous. I'm going to take the Grizzlies here. This Lakers team has a lot of turnover problems. And I think that, honestly, that's going to cause them an issue. All right. Now, to me, this Bucks series is probably going 6. I think Mobley and Allen might give Giannis a little bit of trouble, but I think his playmaking, along with Chris Middleton, hoping he's been playing like he has been lately, is going to be more than enough to help take this team over. And I think Drew Holiday, if the Bucks are really smart, is attacking Darius Garland. Because if you let Donovan Mitchell score a bunch, that's fine. But the rest of the scoring options on the Cavs, to me, are not reliable enough. So if he's shutting down Darius Garland, that's going to make the team a little too isocentric for someone like Donovan Mitchell. This Philly series, I think, goes in 6. I think Boston just has their number. I don't know what it is. I could see it going 7, but I think Boston is winning that series. Now, Phoenix and Denver, I think Denver is like is kryptonite, or not kryptonite. My bad, guys. A long night. Phoenix is Denver's kryptonite. They can attack the mid range off the pick and roll. You can get that attack on Jokic as much as you want. KD, Booker, Paul, and sometimes too, if you really get Ayton involved, because the last time Ayton and Jokic have played, and Jokic was still a very good player at this point, guys. This isn't like the bubble or the year before the bubble where it's like, oh, like this isn't really Jokic. Like, no, when Jokic was Jokic, Ayton gave him issues. So for that reason, I'm taking the Suns in 6. I think the Suns are going to clear this up. Now, I think the Grizzlies are winning this series as well. I think the one issue for the Grizzlies or for the Kings is that the Grizzlies defense, I think, can suffocate that team a lot. And I think while they don't have Steven Adams for the rebounds, which I think might hurt them, I think the Grizzlies' half court defense is good enough to stifle this half court offense of the Kings. Now, Boston, Milwaukee, Memphis, and Phoenix. Now, here I have Phoenix in 6. I think Phoenix makes it out the West. I think that their road is tough, but it's not as tough as it could be right now, if that makes sense. And then this series right here is going to be a show. But to me, I got Milwaukee in 7. And then you have Milwaukee Phoenix. Now, the one thing with this series is good Lord Bud Budenholzer, Mike Budenholzer, good Lord, I'm sorry. If I see you letting Kevin Durant cook That man almost beat you, and he did that. I think if they really change up the game scheme, I'll probably take Bucks in 7. So, guys, basically, if you look right here, go to playoffpredictors.com. Super fun, not a sponsor. They should be, though. Um, let me know what you guys think down below. I think this will be an incredible playoffs, more so in the West. I think the East will be really, really fun in the second round and on. And I think the West is fun from the go, especially the 3-6 and 2-7. 4-5 should be the best series almost of the entire freaking playoffs, but Paul George got hurt. So, guys, as always, this is Mr. Nose Hoops. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you agree, disagree? What series should I really be covering deeply on this Saturday? Much love to you guys. As always, it's Mr. Nose Hoops. Peace out.